Today we're going to work on some the watering system. Quick rundown of exactly what you need to make these. So you need your supply line, which I'm using 2 inch. You could use 1.5 inch, 1.25 inch. You could use 1 inch. I'm using a larger volume. I think it'll help it from freezing. You need these nipples. The way that I did it is a coupling to a fitting that can take a 3/4 inch threaded spigot of some sort. So I got a brass boiler drain plug only because they were less expensive. So some sort of valve or clean out at one end if you're not going to use it as a recirculating. So one end would get a clean out, one end would get the supply. You need a tape measure. Kinda. You don't really even need a tape measure if you just want to cut it to that size and space it out by eye when you put your nipples in. You need PVC cement and cleaner. Then you need either plumber's tape for the threaded things that you'll be putting together, or pipe joint compound works as well. So that's an either or. You need a drill. In this case, the instructions say a 3/8 or 11/32 drill bit. I have a 3/8 drill bit. I already tried it. So I drilled a hole at this end and I made sure that it's going to fit, and it does fit. You need a saw if you're going to cut your PVC to a different length. You could just buy it, like I said, at 2-foot length at Home Depot or Lowe's and use it as a 2-foot length. You wouldn't even have to have a saw, so you could do hacksaw. I'm actually going to trim everything with a miter box. And then I also am going to recommend a file, because when I drilled this it was not smooth, so I just took a file to it, but you could use a razor knife. And that's all you need. Pretty simple. All right, let's put them together. So use the primer, which is cleaner. Use cleaner on all your parts. I already did all these. Put it on the end of the pipe. I'm also going to put it on a fitting. And what you want to do is you twist as you go. Now these have a stop, so you know when you're in all the way. Twist as you go. Hold it. Just a couple seconds. It sets up from here. Cement. Again, twist as you go in. So they will. Put it right here at this end. Then you put either use the pipe compound like I'm using, or the plumber's tape. This little piece, and you hold this fitting, and once you spin this on. I'm doing that so, just in case. I don't want to break the bond on the PVC. And that's it. Now I'm going to drill the holes for the nipples. Start here. You could do a small pilot hole because this likes to move. I'm going to space them about, I don't know, about 20 inches. When you're winding Teflon tape around, you want to wind it in basically clockwise. Clockwise, it won't unravel. Here we go. That's it. They're like a tapered thread, and it just seems to thread itself in. Now what it does say to do is don't tighten it too close to the surface that you're putting it in. Now there's a top and a bottom to these. It's called the cup. So I have my valve, so it's going to drain down. So I'm going to want those to be at the bottom. I'm going to spin it one more time. All right, putting the last one in. I know it said not to over tighten, but you definitely want to get them in tight. You just don't want to get it against the pipe, or it might compromise the threads, strip the threads. So there they are. Make sure all the cups are in the same direction. This is the one that's going to go in the run. This is a time lapse of me doing the shorter version of the same thing. So going through the same sequence, gluing each end, popping on the ends, screwing in the valves, and then putting in the nipples. Pretty simple process. Scale from 1 to 10. I would say this is a 1. If you're going to hook it to a garden hose, you would need to regulate the pressure. I'm going to be attaching this to a rain barrel. But for now, I might just connect it to a bucket. The bucket over there, filled with fresh water, hose going through the wall. And there it is, installed. Go ahead. Anyway, there it is. Very simple. So in the end, we do not have one inside the coop. We found out that feeding them in the coop is really not something you want to do. But here's the small version installed. I haven't installed the longer version yet, but they do like it. Trying to see if they'll go and drink from it while I'm in here. Come here. There they go. That's how they drink from it. Thank you.